Hello there, Jason here, and thanks for joining me on this edition of Ask Jason, which is answering some of your questions on housing. Buying more shares in your flat makes sense as long as you haven't got any expensive non-mortgage debt elsewhere and you've got an adequate emergency fund of at least 3 months' expenses. Because if you don't have enough emergency fund when you start buying more of the flat and end up owning all or most of it, you're going to be liable for all the ongoing maintenance. And as sure as eggs is eggs, the boiler will go wrong or something will happen. Just make sure that you get a formal valuation so you've got a clear idea of the price, and that the new monthly cost of the mortgage is not more than 25% of your net take-home pay. It is difficult saving while you're still renting, so there's only two things you can do. Either cut expenses that you're already spending, or earn more money, or a combination of the two. But there's another thing you can do when it comes to saving what might seem a large amount of money. Focus on just taking the first step of saving, even if it's £20 or £30 a month. Just keep focusing on the smaller amount that you've saved rather than the amount you need to save. So if you need to save £20,000 for instance, and you've only saved £1,000, focus on the fact that you've got £1,000 saved and keep on adding to that. Take that first step forward. Other things you can do are look at using the government's lifetime ISA scheme, which enables you to get a bonus from the government, which you keep in your pot as long as you use it towards a deposit on your house. And the second thing you can do is negotiate the price to be as keen as possible, because saving £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 or £5,000 off the purchase price is a significant amount that will make a big difference to you. There are three key elements that relate to any negotiation, but particularly when it comes to buying a house. They are information, options, and patience. When it comes to information, there are two aspects here. Knowing the market and what houses are actually selling for, and secondly, knowing the circumstances of the person selling. The more you know, the more you'll be able to negotiate a better price. The second thing is have options. Don't set your heart on one house and fall in love with it. There's loads of properties out there you can buy, so make sure you've got options. If your rental agreement's coming up and you're thinking, you've got to move out, make sure you've got another option to rent so that you're not forced to buy a house quickly. And the third thing is have patience. Right? You might think, the stamp duty is coming to an end, the special holidays coming to an end. There's no point in rushing to buy a house at too high a value when the price may be cheaper. So, information, options, and patience. If you follow those three things, you'll be able to negotiate a good price. You can't buy a house if you've got expensive debt. That's the wrong priority, because what will happen is the expensive debt will be actually a brake on your ability to withstand shocks and be able to meet the mortgage payments without too much problem. So what I would be doing if I were in your situation, I'd be using my savings to reduce and get rid of the expensive debt and use the money that you're no longer paying into the credit card into building your savings up and build the deposit up. Don't be in a rush. You've got to be in a position where you can weather the storm and that you can actually afford the house. If you want more money insights and to ask me questions in real time, join me on my new series of Instagram Lives. Details will be coming soon.